Hey guys, I'm Greg. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Nothing like being up on the parkway, smoking a nice cigar. About time for a cool beverage. What do you think? I think so. Let's go see what's in the fridge today, guys. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Look at here. This is Amager / Jester King Danish Metal. And this is brewed by Amager Bryghus. This is their Imperial Stout. They're out of Kastrup, Denmark. A nice imported beer from Denmark. Rico sent me this. Rico, my friend, you're awesome. The beers that you have sent me has blown me away. You're a great friend and a true craft beer connoisseur. And I do appreciate everything you send me, my friend. I am sure this beer is probably going to be very damn tasty. And I showed you in our opening, this is a $13 bottle of beer. And a lot of that cost, or some of it, is shipping. Bringing it across the pond and getting it distributed in the United States when it's done in Denmark. So I don't do a lot of Danish beers or beers from over there because they are so pricey. And I hardly ever go, when I go to the barrel chest, go over to the import section because those beers are so pricey, and because we have such great beers that are produced in the United States, I don't have to. There are some wonderful beers being produced in the United States that are awesome, that are freaking awesome. They're world class, they're 10s, they're outstanding beers. So, as I review more and more beers, of course there's new stuff coming out every day from different breweries. We have so many craft breweries in the United States, especially the ones that ain't been bought up by AB InBev and Sapco Miller and all those giants in the brewery street. It saddens my heart that they're buying them up left and right. Every week we hear another brewery that bites the dust and being bought up by one of those guys. So, and I don't buy them anymore. Once they sell out and sell to those conglomerates, I don't buy them anymore. If somebody sends me one and wants me to review it, I will. But I am not going to support those big guys. They have controlled the distribution and produced shitty beers for ever since Prohibition. So it tells you how long they've been in control of it, guys, and it sucks. It sucks out loud. So whenever something like this shows up on my doorstep, I feel honored and privileged to review it, and that's what I'm going to do here. So Rico, thanks again, my brother. This is their Danish Metal, which is an Imperial Stout, coming in at 10%. I don't think there's any date on it. If it is, we'll look when we come back. All it has here is a product of Denmark, 10% of our volume alcohol. And it's got a big listing of writing on here, which I am not going to read. It's just much of it. And even the commercial description on Great Beer has a big, huge, long description of the beer. Bear with me, guys. I mean, Rico spent $13 for this beer, then paid to ship it to me. I'm gonna run through it pretty quick. Commercial description, English. It was true Texan invasion when Jester King came to Amager. We honestly lost count, but believe 8 or 9 of these cowboys came riding in, dragging their suitcase rollers along. And we didn't put up much of a fight since it was the day after Copenhagen beer celebration party. Morton fell asleep in the malt room, and Jacob pretty much fell asleep leaning against the mash tun while mashing in. Renee, well, we never saw Renee that day. Oh yes, we were beat. Dead meat we were. Crooked Stave came by, so did the Colonel and Off Color Brewing, and was somebody else? Sorry, we totally lost track. But Manker was here, we think, but our beer was indeed brewed in this massive state of being wasted. And a bit of a beast it is. We took the original version of Jester King's Black Metal, and they're out of Texas, and the one with the British ale yeast, and gave it a bit of a Danish spin. Hence Danish metal was born. It's rich and potent, powerful, just like a Texas steak or something. But we're babbling. We'll shut up now. Sorry. Ingredients: Van Malt, Maris Otter, Cara Munich, brown, black roasted barley, chocolate Carafa 3, dark crystal, humble, Polaris, Sucre, Gayer, UK ale. So, there's the long description we got on this. I don't have the IBUs here on Rate Beer. I don't have it on Beer Advocate. Let's look on Untappd. No IBUs there either. And everybody has it at 10%. So this is probably a collaboration between Jester King and Amager Bryghus. So we'll see where this one leads us. I don't think it's a 22. It's a big bottle, but I don't think it's quite a 22 ouncer. It may be more. It says 1.9 fluid ounces. Well, a pint 16 ounces and 9, that makes it 25. They're telling me it's 25 fluid ounces. I find that hard to swallow. I don't think this beer is bigger than a bomber. It could be. It could be. It could be 25 fluid ounces. So, a big bottle, enough to share, and that's what I intend to do. So, final beer of the evening for me. We're reviewing this on the 16th of August. So, it won't post till September sometime, guys. I'm that far ahead with all the wonderful beers Rico and Brandon and some of the others have sent me. So, I'm just trying to muddle through, and it's such a good freaking problem to have. I love it. And I love you guys. So, thanks a bunch for all the wonderful subscribers that I have that post comments every day and send me beer, and I love you guys. Going on 6 years now that I've been doing beer reviews. I feel pretty blessed, especially when I come home and see a beer mail package on the porch. It's like Christmas here. It's Christmas, Christmas. So, let's get on with this. Don't want it to be a 20-minute video, even though it may end up being that way. Food pairing for this beer, it says General Chocolate, digestive, last running pint back in 9-tumbler snifter. I got my favorite snifter today, and it says can be sold for long periods of time. So, we're not selling it any longer. It's going into the glass, then into my big belly. Let's stand it up. Let's pour some little generous hand if we can do it. Alright. Saved her a little bit. Not too much. I really don't think this is 25 fluid ounces, guys. I really, really don't. Not quite a finger of head. Over to the light. Pitch black. Not getting any light at all. A nice representation of what an imperial stout should look like. Pitch black. No light coming through. Let's get a nose on it. Rich roasted malt, caramel, toffee, bittersweet chocolate, hints of dark fruit. Now this is not bourbon barrel aged, so I'm not getting any bourbon or anything on the nose. But it is a 10%. It's a big boy's beer. Get your big boy pants on if you're going to drink it. Alright guys. Smells pretty damn tasty. Let's give it a taste. Cheers everybody. Cheers Rico. That is awesome. That is delicious. For a non-bourbon barrel aged beer or a non-barrel aged beer. Very, very tasty. The only way this could be better is to put it in that bourbon barrel. But yes, I digress. I'm a sucker for those bourbon barrel aged beers, guys. I can't believe you could put Kool-Aid in a bourbon barrel and I'd love it. That is very smooth. For 10%, very well made. Wow, that is delicious. And guys, we'll look a little closer. The bottle is still sweating profusely. and see if we see any kind of dating on it. It's not super critical, but we would like to have that information. So, to me, a very tasty beer out of Denmark. And from what I've read, a collaboration with Jester King out of Texas. And they do awesome beers too. So, a lot of great minds been put together to produce this beer. Sounds like they were pretty wasted according to the commercial description there, and you can understand why. If you're drinking and sipping on a lot of big beers like this, you're going to get wasted pretty fast. You're going to get into the Himalayan. So, if I was drinking this all day long, I'd probably be face down too, just like these guys said they were. They all laid out. So I can picture the scene. Are you having fun yet? Wake up, fool. He's drunk. Leave him alone. Alright guys, let's right out of the fridge, 40 degrees. Let me sip on it for a little bit. Step outside, fire up that stogie, and we'll come back and see where this one ends up. Pretty impressive so far for a non-bourbon barrel-aged beer. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on it about 30 minutes or so. The other half loved it and knew she would. She's a big fan of these Imperial Stouts, just like I am. This is a great beer. The only fuss I've got is what my normal fuss is. There is no dating on the bottle anywhere whatsoever. Year, vintage, it does have the ABV, no IBUs, so would like to see that done. And I don't think they can produce this beer and be sold over in Denmark without some kind of date. From what I hear, everything over there has to have a date on it. But if they're exporting it to the United States, it doesn't have to have it. And this one does not have it. There's nothing on here telling me whether it was done in 2015, 2014, 2013, 2016, or whatsoever. And that's the problem I have with the beer. 10 beer in a 9 bottle as far as I'm concerned, guys. We need to have a little more information than what they're giving us. It's an awesome beer for a non-bourbon barrel aged or a non-barrel aged beer. It's pretty damn tasty. It's freaking awesome, to be honest about it. And if it had that information, I wouldn't hesitate to give it to 10 because it is that tasty. It's that well made. So, kind of disappointing to me that they can get away with that. And as many laws as we have on the books, and we don't need any more damn laws to restrict our freedoms or anything like that. But it's probably going to come to the point where we're going to have to pass a law that they have to put that on there. As much as it saddens me, we need to have that information. Would you go in and buy a loaf of bread or a gallon of milk or whatever without no date on it, on how old the shit is? This beer is 10%. It's not going to go bad, but if you want to do a 2013 edition and a 2016 edition, side by side, a vertical, how are you going to know? How are you going to freaking know how old the beer is? You're not. You might, I purchased this in 2013, but that doesn't mean it was done in 2013, or I purchased this in 2016. How you know? How you freaking know? So, like I said, it's a 10 beer in a 9 bottle. Awesome aroma on this. Roasted malt, bittersweet chocolate, hints of coffee and tobacco and dark fruits. Wow, delicious. Final chug. That beer is delicious, guys. And if you're going to spend $13 for a bottle of beer, don't you think we deserve to have that information? I do. I do. So, with that being said, 9 out of 10, numeric rating on this is probably going to be a 97, since I don't have any information other than the ABV. No vintage, no month, year, IBUs, none of that. This is 10%. Take it. That's what it is. So, I don't think it's kicking the door down on a 10, or I'd give it a 99. With all the information I have, I think it's a 97. So, very tasty, but very lacking in information. And they could just as easily put a label here on the top of the bottle saying, this is the vintage, and this is the IBUs, this is the date. And they wouldn't have to change anything on this lower label, which needs approval. So, that's how I feel, guys. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 88 in a very good range. I think it's much better than an 88. I think it's 9 points better than an 88, to be honest about it. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says overall 97 and 63 in style. 97. I'm in exact harmony with Rate Beer on this. I think it's a 97 beer also myself. Let's go over to Untapped. Untapped says it is a 3.87, which is an upper B beer. I think it's an A beer, guys. I really do. I think it's a great beer for a non-bourbon barrel or non-barrel aged beer. It's very well made for 10% alcohol, super well hidden, very well made. A nice collaboration between Jester King and the guys at Amager Bryghus. It just needs a little more information. We just need it, and they're not required to do that when it's exported here to the United States, because different states have different laws, and if they don't have to put it on there, they're not going to. And they say, oh, it's a 10%, you don't need that information. Screw that. Give me that information, because I want it. So that keeps it from getting a better grade, guys. It is an awesome beer. If it had the IBUs, a month, day, or year vintage, I would probably give it a better grade. But since I don't have that, it is what it is. 97 for me. So very tasty. If you had this one from Amager Jester King, this is their Danish metal, a nice imperial stout at 10%. Very tasty. A little pricey, 13%. Not giving the information that we want, but it is a very tasty beer. So once again, my friend Rico, appreciate you spending your hard-earned money on this beer. It was very tasty. I don't get to sample a lot of imported beers because I don't buy them. One, because they're very pricey coming across the pond, and two, because a lot of them don't have dates on them. So we need to have that changed. We do. We need to have a bottle on deck, guys. That's the bottom line on this. So if you've had this one from them, let me know what you think, guys, and let's get the hell out of here. It's time to eat some dinner. I'm ready. See y'all tomorrow. Come on back. Let's see what's in the fridge. See you then.